Okay, so I get these emails, and I get these emails from GAB.com. So I signed up for GAB last year, I think. GAB.com is a social media site. They sort of, after Trump got, I think it was after Trump got booted from Twitter or from X or from whatever it's called now. Gab sort of, we will be the voice of free. We will be the place where free speech can go, and really, like, there was, like, they had a little bump, but anyway, Gab is it was started by a couple of guys. One of them is a pastor, and so he writes these blog posts on a regular basis. His name's Andrew Isker. I think I've actually talked about him on the channel before. I know they wrote a book. He and his partner wrote a book about Christian nationalism that I've spoken about before. Anyway, he wrote an article, a blog post about legislating morality. And the title is, "Yes, You Can Legislate Morality." And I, as a priest, I have an issue with this. And as a student of history, I have an issue with this. And as a person, I think I'm a pretty thoughtful person. I have an issue with this. As a Christian, I have an issue with it. There's lots of reasons I have an issue with the idea of legislating morality. So in his blog, he talks about why we can and why we should and the benefits of it and how it's worked in the past. And he makes mention that in the world today, we are always legislating morality. It's just a matter of which morality we're legislating. For example, I don't know, like the laws we have. The laws we have in our nations are about legislating morality. And you can sort of understand, you can sort of see where they're coming from, but not quite. You just can't. We have laws that are put in place to help keep our society safe. Morality is, by definition, morality is principles concerning the distinction between right and wrong, good and bad behavior, a particular system of values and principles of conduct held by a person or group or society. Here's my argument why legislating morality doesn't work. And there's three main components. The first is that morality is always shifting. It's always shifting as a culture and societies grow. It'll ebb and it'll flow. One day this is moral, the next it is immoral, the next it is moral again. In one family, something is considered moral, and the next door neighbor, they see it as immoral. In one town, in one county, something will be considered immoral. In the other county, they'll do it 3 times a day and 7 times on Sunday. It's not considered immoral at all. Morality is fluid. It's shifting. It's not universal. Now, there are some aspects of morality. There are some things we say, no, that's just wrong. Okay, so you don't kill people. That's just wrong. You don't steal from people. That's just wrong. But even then, we can look at it and say, yeah, but what about in this situation? Or what about in that situation? And so it's really, 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 we might as well be trying to nail Jell-O to the wall as to say we're going to try to legislate morality. It's just incredibly difficult. Now, I know for some folks, they would say yes, and we sort of talked a little bit about this already, but some folks would say yes, but the Bible says, and so that's our morality. Wasn't it Mike Johnson, the new Speaker of the House, said, my worldview, if you want to know my worldview, just read the Bible. The Bible says this, and therefore that's my way of seeing things, and that's the morality that I will follow. Again, we could say, well, yes, but which Bible? Which translation? Which version? What year? Is it the King James from 1572, or is it the the New International Version from 2023. I don't know which one is it, which Bible. But the truth is, in that case, and this is really important, which you're not talking about legislating morality, you're talking about legislating your particular religious understandings. That's not legislating morality. That's enshrining a theocracy. That's turning your community, your society into a theocracy of your creation, a theocracy of your approval, a theocracy that you've blessed. Can we legislate morality? Sure. I mean, yes, of course you can. It's incredibly difficult. Incredibly difficult, and at the end of the day, not advisable. Theocracies never, like, I can't remember a time in history where we go, wow, you know what, tomorrow, kids, we're going to study a theocracy that worked, and it was wonderful, and it was glorious, and it was everything that everybody ever imagined it could possibly be, and more. I don't have an example like that. When we think theocracy, you think Iran. You think Indonesia's coming out with some big new laws over the next couple of years. You think about oppression. You think about people who are put under the boot. You don't think good things about theocracies.